Today on Community Cooking, we have one of our favorite guest chefs, AMENEH ERNST, cooking up another amazing meal. We're making a Spanish-inspired zucchini and shallot frittata alongside a beautiful orange salad and pan con tomate. We are cooking with some of the best chefs from right here in our own community. So grab a seat, get comfortable. We've got another great meal for you. This is your Community Cooking. Hello and welcome to Community Cooking. I am your host, Kirk Leins. In our kitchen today, a familiar face, it's AMENEH ERNST.
Hi, Kirk.
It's like getting very game showy, isn't it? Well, this is appearance number 802. For you are a regular guest, and we love having you because you always bring it, as they say.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, good, good. So today is sort of a Spanish-inspired menu, maybe?
Yes.
Right? You sort of take us around the world. There's been New Zealand. There's been all parts of the Middle East. And today we are in Spain.
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you run us through the ingredients here?
Okay, so of course the base is going to be eggs. We're going to first saute up some shallots, which are really delicious and sweet when you saute them
Love
up.
them.
And then with zucchini, you never know what you're going to find, but I got so lucky the farmer's market had little baby zucchinis and also even some that had the blossoms
With
on
the
them.
blossoms on it, I know, right?
Yeah.
And then you got some delicatas down there, too.
Yes.
And I like that. You know, delicata squash, it doesn't have like a tremendous amount of flavor, so putting it with all these other ingredients, good move.
Okay.
I think it's a really good move. You see these little guys sometimes by themselves on plates at, like, you know, at a wedding.
Right, yes.
And it's just like, wah, wah, you know, but with what you're doing, I like it. Okay,
Yeah.
great. And then we're going to, what kind of cheese do you
We've
have
got
here?
feta cheese
Feta?
and a little bit of paprika.
Is that regular or smoked paprika?
This is regular paprika.
Okay.
And then we're going to add just a little bit of basil to it to give it some herbal essence.
And some cream here?
Yeah, and that's
Great.
just milk actually. Yeah.
Oh, milk. Okay.
Yeah.
Where should we get started?
So we'll start with the shallots. We'll get our pan warmed up and.
All right.
get the
Would you like
shallots.
those chopped, sliced? What's
I like sliced.
You
so
like
let's
sliced.
do that.
Okay.
And I'll work on. I found some really fresh shallots. I thought maybe we'd try some of that too.
Right. Yeah, I like a shallot sautéed.
Oh, they're so delicious.
Really nice, right?
So we'll just get some olive oil in our pan.
Okay. Is that enough, or do you need another one?
I do one more, yeah.
Almost.
Let's do
All
one
right.
more.
Let's do one of these guys here. Great. Well, you once again have brought another meal that's very farmers market friendly.
Oh yeah, I love going to the
goodness.
market. It's like a surprise. You never know what you're gonna find. So
Surprise, surprise. All right, what's next?
okay, I'm just gonna give a tiny little bit of salt to that while that gets going.
Okay.
So next, I think we want to do the zucchinis and the squash. Just slice them up, and I
Okay.
don't even know that we need those big ones, but
Okay. Well, you want to do, how would you like to cut the little ones?
So with the ones with the blossoms, I'll take the end off
And then go length?
and then just go length because
Beautiful.
and they're so delicate.
Yeah. Yeah, these squash blossoms, you know, you get them a little bit bigger than this, and you can stuff these.
Yeah.
You ever have that? And then
Oh,
you
I
stuff it with
love
a little
that.
goat cheese,
Yes.
and then you can sort of bread it or batter it and deep fry it. Delicious. Good stuff. Oh, and I can smell those shallots, too.
Yeah.
Wonderful. How many of these we need? Probably not a ton, right? I mean, we don't want it to...
Right, right. It's mostly an egg dish, right? So we just want to have a
Right,
few
but we got to
things
have
in
our
there
veggies
for-
if this is dinner.
Right. So we're just gonna get these nice and golden.
It also a great dish. You can, I've served frittatas at parties as hors d'oeuvres.
Oh yeah.
You know, you once you unmold it and take it out and just kind of cut it up into
Yeah.
smaller pieces and put it on a plate. You can either pass them or sit them on a table.
And it could be your main dish as well, and have some appetizers. So it's
Without
so
a
flexible.
doubt. Without a doubt,
Yeah.
right? Very
Just
versatile.
gonna do a couple more of these guys.
I just threw them at you.
That's all right.
Sorry. It slipped out of my hand. There
And
you
so
go.
for these, so that they'll lay a little flatter, I just kind of give them a couple of cuts.
Okay.
That looks beautiful.
Yeah, right?
So if you were going to use just a traditional zucchini, I'd just do slices.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I think that looks really good.
Great.
I'm gonna turn down our heat just a little because these are so delicate. We don't need a lot of heat.
No, no, yeah, you don't want to kill them, right? Because
Yeah.
they're going to also go into the oven.
Right.
That's what we should
Yes.
mention.
Yeah.
Because those eggs
we'll
have to
just get
cook in
these
the oven.
guys
And
going.
I love the fact that, let's talk about this for a second. I love that you're doing this in the oven. Because there's a couple methods for frittata and tortilla español. So what she's doing, she's utilizing a cast iron pan, which is completely safe for the oven. Another pan you could use is you could use a non-stick pan as long as it didn't have a wood or a plastic handle.
Oh.
As long as it has a metal handle, it's usually safe to about like 450 degrees.
Okay.
Okay, and this is not going in nearly that high,
No.
correct? Like
no.
375?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so she's going to put her eggs in there and we're going to finish them in the oven. The other way to do it, which is not my favorite, it's harder, but you see people use it a lot, is they'll do it all stovetop, where they cook the
Oh.
bottom of it and then sort of lit it so that the top kind of gets a little bit of a skin, and then they flip it over, utilize the plate to flip it over, and then
Right.
cook both sides that way. For me, the only thing I don't like about that is that the bottom always cooks the eggs a little bit more. What's nice is to have that top where the egg's a little bit creamy.
Right. Yeah.
So when you're cooking it, when it's hitting a skillet on both sides, you're sort of taking away the creamy part of the frittata.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, which I think is a really nice part of the
And
frittata. to
Why?
get that.
My whole thing is why would I go through the hassle of flipping it, which you utilize a plate, you move it, and you slide it back off. Why would I do that when I can just stick the whole thing in the oven and go make a salad?
That's true.
Right? There's your sous chef. You know?
Yeah.
That's my thought.
Yeah, if I could roast anything or throw it in the
Should I
oven,
crack some eggs
definitely
for
do.
you?
Yeah, if you could crack some eggs right
All
into
right.
this bowl, and then I'll take a little bit of basil. I turn down the heat, because I don't
Okay.
want it to be super hot when we put the eggs in.
Okay, we've got 8 eggs here.
Yes, 8 eggs.
That's pretty.
And I'm just going to tear the basil, just for a different texture.
A little shell right there. My first one wasn't so pretty. Sometimes the brown eggs, a little bit harder to crack than...
Yeah, have you noticed the shells
yeah,
are
it's a
much
thicker shell.
firmer? Yeah.
It's a thicker shell.
Yeah.
And it becomes easier when they're out of the refrigerator for a longer time. If you pull them right from the fridge, they're even like sturdier. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't like using eggs right from the fridge ever. I mean, I don't care what it's for. I like doing what you did here and let them sit out for a little bit.
Yeah.
So you get like room temperature. You know, we are one of the only countries that refrigerates our eggs.
Is that right?
Yeah, well, you go to, especially like in Europe, you go to Europe and first of all, they're not buying them in packs of 18 or 24 at like a bulk, whole warehouse sort of store. They're buying them like sometimes in a half dozen.
Yeah.
And they keep them out on their counter, and then they just sort of use them.
Now that you
know,
say
because-
that, it reminds me when we were in New Zealand with my family who lives there, they have chickens and they have this little egg holder.
Right.
It goes straight from the chicken to get washed and it goes on the egg holder. It never
And
goes in the fridge.
and those eggs aren't even pasteurized.
Right.
Ours are pasteurized. So it's like, the biggest threat with eggs in terms of anything like salmonella or anything like that is from the shell itself.
Okay.
It's from the shell itself. What's inside is usually pretty safe as long as that shell stays intact. And it's not too old, obviously.
Yeah.
Everything goes bad eventually.
Yeah. Okay, so I just put the basil on. We're on really low heat.
Okay.
And we're just going to stay there until we get the eggs ready.
Yeah, I just want to get some of the whites broken up here. You good?
Great, yeah.
Great. Oh, and then you put a little bit of milk in it.
And then, yeah, just about 2 tablespoons of milk. So
Okay.
1, 2.
Beautiful.
And then we want to definitely salt and pepper this part.
Okay.
That way you kind of uniformly get it everywhere,
Right, and it's a little different working with beaten eggs where you're making a frittata like this than when you're actually making scrambled eggs. Because, otherwise, if you don't season it a little bit, they're not going to be seasoned.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes you can get away with it if you're putting in things like chorizo or andouille sausage or Italian sausage, something like that, because that's enough salt. But when you make scrambled eggs, you really want to salt them at the end. Because otherwise the salt can break down the egg and it can get a little watery.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, but this you're doing it the right way here, for sure.
And I just
especially with all the vegetables, you need some salt.
Yeah. And I just threw in just a pinch of the paprika, but I'm going to put more on later.
Okay.
And then we're just going to kind of get that evenly on there.
Beautiful.
So one thing we didn't talk about, but you want to make sure there's kind of enough oil in your pan that it doesn't stick.
Yes. Well, you know, your cast iron is sort of a non-stick surface, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, sort of natural non-stick through years and years of use.
Okay, so then we're going to put on the cheese next.
Okay.
And this is just crumbled feta.
Beautiful.
And we don't need like a ton.
You can see the ability to adapt this with different veggies, different cheeses, proteins, you know.
Yeah, like this exact one you could do with goat cheese even if you wanted.
Yes. Or even anything shredded, some cheddar, Parmesan. It just doesn't matter. Whatever you have.
Yeah.
Whatever you have, experiment. If it sounds good with eggs, do it.
Those zucchini blossoms look so good. I don't want to cover them up with cheese.
I love how you have green peeking up through there.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
So then just another little sprinkle.
Just for color.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There you go.
And then what are we looking at? 375 for about how long?
For about, I'd go 20 minutes, 15, but you want to check it at 15.
Usually when the center stops jiggling.
Okay.
Like when there's a slight jiggle.
Yeah.
Slight jiggle.
Just a slight jiggle is good.
Just a slight jiggle, because it's going to carry over a little bit for us.
That's right.
Cook that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're good. Yeah, let's get this.
Okay, let's get this into the oven.
Sure thing.
I'm going to put it here, and let you do
that's the best way to do it. And I'll get that in there for you. Here we go. Into our 375-degree oven we go.
Great.
All right, I tell you what, why don't we get cleaned up here? We'll let that cook, and on the other side, we're going to make an orange salad. And one of my favorite things, you call it pan con tomate, I call it Catalan toast.
Oh, yeah.
Both work, right?
So delicious,
All right, don't go away.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Welcome back. I am with AMENEH, and we've got our frittata working.
Yes.
Right? Our sort of our take on tortilla español, but minus potatoes, add in squash.
Yes.
All right, that's in the oven going. Now we're going to make, you're going to make an orange salad.
Yes.
And a little bit of Catalan toast or pan con tomate.
Yeah.
Which is just a lovely dish, and I think that I hope this is eye-opening for people because it's so delicious. Like, really, you could eat this 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's breakfast, it's lunch, it's dinner, it's a snack.
Yeah.
It's so good. So where are we going to start?
We're going to start with, actually, first I want to do the shallot. It's going to have a really thinly sliced shallot, but to take out the sting, we soak it in a little water.
Right.
So I'll do that real quick first.
And we can do that with onion, too. Like if someone's got a real aversion to the sharpness of an onion, you soak it in a little water. As you're going, I mean,
I'm not even going to use very much, but
we are pairing this with oranges, but still, I see where this is going. It's going to be lovely.
Yeah. So we'll just get those soaking in there, and then we'll jump in with our oranges.
Okay. And you got a couple different types of oranges here, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's a very simple salad. I mean, we've got oranges, we've got the shallots, we've got Kalamata olives. That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
And what's our dressing?
Our dressing is going to be a little bit of rice wine vinegar.
Oh, okay.
With just a little bit of the juice from one of the oranges, and a little bit of olive oil. So it's very simple.
And then, of course, our pan con tomate is the pan.
Right.
Bread.
Right.
And the tomate.
Yes, and olive oil.
Olive oil and salt.
Yes.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay. What next?
So I'll go ahead and peel a couple of the oranges, and then if you could just slice those, then we'll get them all on.
How would you like these? Would you slice into rounds, or do you want them supremed? Or
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sliced into rounds. Would be great.
Yeah, I see what you're doing here because you want them to hold their shape.
Yes.
And not sort of break down. Gotcha.
And what's nice about this is it complements the frittata pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. This is nice, and you know it's great because it's citrusy, it's light. It works in spring or summer at the same time. Winter's a great time for citrus fruit. You know. Yeah, beautiful blood orange.
Yeah. The blood orange really makes this come together.
It's a really distinct, I can smell it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very distinct orange flavor.
Now you might run into a few seeds.
Yeah, well, we're
That's all right.
actually, there's just one small one right there. I'm going to kind of try to make this as pretty as I can. Okay. And then maybe we'll go this direction.
Okay.
Is this a cara cara?
Yep, that's a cara cara.
Another beautiful orange. Once again, look at that. I love that. Look at
Oh, that
That's
looks
gorgeous.
good already. Okay, I'm going to leave these here for you to arrange over there.
Okay. And, you know, just very, very farmer's market friendly once again.
Yeah, and
This
what's
whole meal.
great about, like, there's a season when you can't get stone fruit, but guess what? You can get
What?
oranges.
That's right.
So
right.
it's kind of like okay, if I'm not getting stone fruit, I'll go for the citrus.
I mean, come on, we're not even done. And look at that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's hot. That's hot. All right. These on there. Are we using all of these oranges here? Or we, you want to load it up?
We could, yeah. Let's load it up.
Okay. All right, get some yellow in it now. I'm working with the colors.
Yeah, so that one is a navel orange.
Just a straight navel orange. All right.
I mean, actually, you know what? One of those is a satsuma from the farmer's market, now that I think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all going to wind up in the same place. So,
Okay.
look at that. And you just got the blood orange sort of peeking through there. Isn't that nice?
That looks good.
That looks great.
Okay, so then we can get going on our vinaigrette.
All right. Keep
I'm
that
just
there.
going to use some of the
Look at
juice
that.
from these ends. Oh, that looks good already.
Right. Can I start cutting some bread for you, maybe?
Sure.
Myself a wipe down here because I'm swimming in orange juice.
Yeah, these are so juicy.
Not a bad problem to
Yeah.
have.
So I'm just using some of the juices from these ends to
And
go in
can
our
I
vinaigrette.
get your bread knife as well, please?
Absolutely. There we go.
Thank you. All right.
So we've got a little bit of orange juice. I'm going to add a tiny bit of red wine vinegar to that.
Okay. Get rid of this
And
here,
some
too.
olive oil.
Move this all out of our way. I don't want to get orange juice all over our lovely bread. And how would you like that cut? Would you like it on like a long bias?
Sure.
Something
Yeah,
like
that'd
that?
be great.
Yeah, I always think that's a nice sort of presentation. I kind of
Yeah.
will go from the side like this and just kind of first take off that's for the chef,
Yeah.
right? Something like this.
Oh, that's beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to break it in half.
That's good.
All right,
It's quite bubbly in there.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. I mean, you know, listen, it's not made in a factory. This is a real baguette. So yeah, it's a little airy and bubbly, but you know what?
Okay.
It'll all work.
While you're cutting that,
Okay.
I thought this thing was so amazing.
That,
I think it's some sort of citrus.
yeah, it's a hand of Buddha. That's what it's called, or a Buddha's hand.
And I've heard you can zest it, so I'm going to zest some on there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
I would utilize the zest.
Okay, so I'm just going to, sorry, I'm going to cut off a finger.
Sorry, Buddha.
Yeah.
Right?
There we go.
I wonder how that got Buddha's hand.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't associate that with Buddha, but
So I'll just zest it right into here.
it's more like a leviathan. You know, like a
I'm
giant
going to have to go
octopus.
bigger. We're just going to have to cut this baby.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, it's so interesting. Look at that.
Yeah, right? There you go.
There. Oh, it's kind of sweet.
Good.
That's going to be nice.
Yeah, that's not going to be bad, right?
Yeah. And then I'm just going to take the shallots out of the water and put them into the vinaigrette too.
I'm going to take our nicest pieces here.
Yeah, so we probably don't want pieces with a lot of holes since we have to rub a tomato on them.
Hey, well, you know, this one, it's going to be fine. I mean, once the bread crisps up, it'll be fine. I just want to get you
Okay.
better looking pieces just for presentation. And listen, this kind of stuff happens, and you know what? Don't ever throw it away.
Oh, no.
That becomes croutons or breadcrumbs. So
Yeah.
not a big deal.
Or yeah, I'm always happy to eat those pieces.
Oh yeah, it's either the chef's piece or, like I said, it's a it's a crouton or or some breadcrumbs.
Okay, I'm
Do that
just
all
going
the
to
time.
arrange some Kalamata olives on here. So it's kind of an interesting salad because you get the sweet, the tangy, the salty.
Briny, right? Yeah, I like that. I like that. Are you putting some mint on that too?
Yep.
Oh yeah, for color, for
Yeah.
sure.
So then, yeah, we can go ahead and throw some mint on here.
Let me have
But
this
I just happened to see at the farmer's market some beautiful radishes, and I thought, yeah, it's not part of my original recipe, but I just had to like
Interesting.
grab a few and
All right.
see
So
about.
is that a watermelon radish?
This is a watermelon radish.
I love
yeah.
watermelon radish.
So just a few thin slices around there.
How pretty is that?
Yeah.
I have a container of them pickled in my refrigerator at home.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Pickled radish, lovely.
Yeah, and you know what I've learned is pickling. You don't even have to like do it for a very long time.
No,
you
just a
could
quick
just do a quick pickle.
Yeah, I usually go equal parts water to like let's say a cup of water to a cup of white vinegar or
Yeah.
rice vinegar, and then like a tablespoon or so of kosher salt, tablespoon or so of sugar.
Okay.
Heat it up till it dissolves, and then just throw your depending on the vegetable, like red onions, you can kind of just throw into that. Or radish, you
yeah.
can kind of throw into that. If it's something a little sturdier like a carrot, I'll actually put it in and let it cook for just like a minute or two.
Okay.
And then take it off the stove, let it cool, and delicious.
That sounds great.
Yeah, really good. Really good. Well, I've got some nice pieces for you here.
Perfect.
I'm gonna
Thank
actually
you.
put these on this right now so that you can start cooking those. Is your pan
Okay.
on heat yet?
Let's get that heat going.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I can go pretty high on that. All right, I'm just throwing these in here to give them a little quick marinade. They're so pretty.
Yeah.
And then if you could get some mint leaves to throw on here.
How would you like them? Would you like them sliced or chiffonade, or would you like them?
It's really, it could go any way. We could just.
I think what you could do is maybe start with something like this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
All right, and then maybe a little bit of chiffonade around the top,
Yes, that'd be great.
so that you don't get like a humongous mint leaf.
Yeah. That sounds delicious.
Okay, how's that pan looking?
Oh, yeah, it's coming along, so I can do that next.
Okay, are you going to toast it dry, or are you going to put in some olive oil?
I'm going to actually dip it into some olive oil. And put it on
Okay.
there. So,
Do you have something to dip the olive oil?
I have a little bowl here somewhere.
Well, if you go,
Oh, you know what? I'll just use a plate.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Probably
I
actually,
think a plate would work.
probably better.
There we go. These are nice slices.
Great.
So you just want to get olive oil on both sides and get them in the pan.
Right, and get a little toast on them.
Yeah.
A little toasty toast. So that it gets, because if you rub the tomato on the soft bread, it's just going to like rip it out.
Yeah.
It's got to have some texture there.
That's right.
You could even go into the oven on those too if you wanted to.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? Or if you're, you know what's great too is if you're out on a grill.
I love grilled bread.
If you're,
That's
right,
really nice.
grill it and then do a pan con
Yeah.
tomate. Oh my gosh.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, that's looking
come on,
beautiful.
right? I am going to now check on your frittata too. Because it
Okay.
just, my spidey sense is going off. I'm thinking
All right.
you might want to at least look at it. One second.
All right.
Oh, it's puffing up.
I'll
I can
just
tell
get
you
this
that.
vinaigrette on here real quick.
Oh, it's pretty close. Look what we've got here. Look at this.
Oh, wow, that looks good.
Yeah, actually, I think we're good. Right? Look at that.
Yeah.
Right? Right? Yeah, it feels great. Feels real good. Feels like it's set all the way through.
Okay, good.
Okay. So let's, I'm going to keep that on the wood here.
And we just need to get our tomato slice. That one and maybe that small one.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
And I'll use this knife. Somehow a bread knife works really well for cutting tomatoes.
Bread knife's great for tomatoes, especially
Yeah.
if your knives aren't all that sharp or your tomatoes are a little bit on
Yeah.
the more ripe side.
Right, which these are, thanks to the farmer's market.
Yeah, but those are beautiful. Those are
Okay.
beautiful. Why don't we show the home audience real quick what that looks like when we start
Okay.
making our pan con tomate, and then we'll go to break and finish them up and eat on the other side.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll get the most
There-
toasted one. Ooh, that
there you
looks
go.
good.
That's
okay.
perfect.
So you just want it nicely toasted, and you're going to take your tomato and just
rub
it on there.
And you know what? Don't be worried about wasting tomato. Any tomato that you don't use, just stick it in a sealable bag, keep it in the fridge, cut it up, use it in a sauce or something later that night.
I'm going to put them there.
But that's all that is. And then it just gets finished with a little bit
Just,
of olive
if
oil
you
and
could put a
salt.
little Maldon salt on there, that'd be great.
It would be my pleasure. Maldon salt, one of my favorites. This flaky, beautiful salt. All right. Well, why don't we, we'll pound this all out and, like I
Sounds
said,
good.
come back and eat.
Okay.
Great. Don't go away. Welcome back. I'm here with AMENEH ERNST, and we've got frittata, we've got pan con tomate, and we've got our beautiful orange salad. And just look at how awesome that looks. It's just amazing. Perfectly cooked.
Looks
just
great.
beautiful, beautiful. And I'm going to actually make myself a little plate. What do you say?
Okay, sounds good.
Grab a little olive and some radish, and I've got my pan. And taste one of these things, or each at a time. Let's do this. All right. Fantastic.
Good.
Look great. And the feta is really nice in there. Really, really good. And I really love how those little zucchinis worked out for you.
Yeah.
They're kind of nicer than even the bigger zucchinis, you know?
I think so too. They kind of laid on their side, whereas with the big zucchini, you wouldn't see that.
Olives and oranges.
Isn't that a great combo?
Yeah, that's really good. And a nice little foil for this. And we've got our bread. That Maldon salt.
Yeah, that really makes it.
Really, really good.
Yeah, I love these little flakes in here with the little pyramids.
I could eat this all day. AMENEH, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Job well done once again. And I'm sure we'll be seeing each other probably fairly soon.
I hope so, yeah.
This just goes to show you we really are cooking with some of the best chefs from right here in our own community. On behalf of myself, everyone here at the show, AMENEH, thank you for watching Community Cooking. Have a great day.
If you'd like a copy of the recipes seen on this show, send us a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Office of Cable and Community Relations. That's 3350 Civic Center Drive, Suite 200, in Torrance, California, 90503. Be sure to note the show number displayed on the screen. And don't forget you can find all the fresh ingredients used on today's show at the Farmers Market. Visit the one here in Torrance at Wilson Park. That's located at 2200 Crenshaw Boulevard. They're open every Tuesday and Saturday from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m., rain or shine. And if you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us at communitycooking@torranceca.gov and check us out online at youtube.com/TorranceCityCable and like us on Facebook at Community Cooking TV.